what happens if the platinum chip is never lost?
Then Vegas shall be lost, and with it, mankind's best hope for long-term survival.
Is that overstating a little?
To your untrained eyes, it may look as though mankind is making a comeback. In the NCR, you have something that resembles a nation-state. Savage as it is, in Caesar's Legion, you have an organized society. But neither of these offer a future. They're regurgitations of the past. Bring me the platinum chip, and in 10 years, you'll hardly recognize this city.
If the chip is so valuable, why use a single courier to transport it?
You realize you were just one of many couriers. The rest of them, dummies, so to speak. Add to that many thousands of caps worth of mercenary protection to screen your avenue of approach. Had I used an armed caravan to transport the chip, I might as well have been announcing to the world, "This is important. Attack this." I didn't want to attract the attention of groups like the Great Khans or the Brotherhood of Steel. Alas, the real threat was closer to home.
Why don't you send one of your robots to arrest Benny then?
Frontal assaults on casinos? Not good for business. In any case, Benny would see it coming, and all he'd have to do is hold the chip up and point a pistol at it. Our foremost advantage is that Benny doesn't know that I know he has the chip. Let's not squander it.
I have some right to know more.
That's simply not true. I am the only person to hold any rights pertaining to the chip. I designed it, and I paid for it, dearly. To develop that chip, I spent a sum of US dollars. Not the bottle caps that pass as currency these days, but a sum beyond counting. For decades, I paid salvagers to comb the ruins for it. And when it was finally discovered, tens of thousands of caps spent to have it brought here. We know how that turned out. Complete your contract, and it will be the last time I pay for the chip. Save your questions for then.
Okay. Let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
What are you exactly, Mr. House?
I am Robert Edwin House, President, CEO, and sole proprietor of the new Vegas Strip. I oversaw the city's renovations starting from 2274 onward. The three families are my employees. Before the Great War of 2077, I was the founder, president, and CEO of Robco Industries, a vast computer and robotics corporation.
Oh God. You appear to be a computer, not a man.
Don't let the video screens and computer terminals fool you. I'm flesh and blood, not silicon.
The lifespan you're claiming is impossible except for ghoul and superhuman.
I see you've made a study of the topic. My knowledge of the science of longevity would fill several textbooks. Perhaps after a decade or two of economic reconstruction, I can commercialize these technologies and offer them to others, such as yourself.
And how did you stay alive all this time?
Let's just say it was very costly. But I was willing to make the sacrifices longevity entailed, financial and otherwise.
And how did you establish New Vegas?
We can discuss this in greater detail at another time. Suffice it to say that when my Securitrons detected NCR scouts at Hoover Dam, I took action. I recruited a tribal force to supplement my Securitrons and renovated the Strip just in time to welcome the NCR as it marched into the region. Instead of war, a treaty was negotiated, and the money started to pour in.
Let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
Can you tell me a bit more about the faction who want New Vegas?
It's understandable that you'd be curious about this topic, but we'll hold off until the platinum chip has been recovered. What else did you want to know?
Can you tell me a bit more about Benny?
Benny has led the chairman ever since I recruited his tribe 7 years ago. Until his recent misbehavior, I'd planned to make him my protege. Maybe if I'd begun grooming him sooner, none of this would have happened.
And why did he betray you?
I have to think that he found out about the platinum chip and mistakenly convinced himself that he could use it to his own ends. One of the problems of a tribal workforce, I'm afraid. No intuitive understanding of how complex technologies can be.
And what use will you have for a protege?
To achieve my aims, I require a capable human agent to perform certain tasks. I knew Benny was ambitious, even ruthless, but I believed he would do the job so long as he was incentivized appropriately. Obviously, I miscalculated his drive for supremacy, but in any case, you've come along. A more than suitable replacement.
And why didn't you intervene sooner when Benny ambushed me?
Why didn't Victor intervene sooner, you mean? Good Springs is a bit too far away for me to reliably control a Securitron agent by remote. I can send and receive packets of data at best. Victor's combat algorithms determined the proper course of action. Benny and his thugs were more than a match for a lone Securitron. When he alerted me, I instructed him to approach the site after Benny and the others had departed.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
How do I get to Benny?
It won't be easy. Benny is always surrounded by at least 4 bodyguards, except when he's in his private suite on the 13th floor of the Tops.
The chairman or your employee, don't they take order?
It's more complicated than that. The chairmen share what you might call a tribal affinity. Look for a man named Swank, Benny's second-in-command. He's always been a reliable, if unimaginative, employee. Do your best to convince him that you're working under my auspices. If you have evidence of Benny's crimes, show it to him.
Why can't you be the one to tell Swank?
By contract, Securitrons are to enter the casinos only when invited by the 3 families, or if other extraordinary circumstances arise. The moment I send one into the Tops, Benny will know I'm on to him.
Say I want to take a diplomatic approach.
If you were to approach Benny in public, you might be able to leverage his fear of exposure to make him agree to meet with you in private.
And how could I catch him off guard?
Sneaking into Benny's suite on the 13th floor would be very difficult, but not impossible. There might be guards. Certainly there'd be a sturdy lock on his front door.
Yes, the lock, I admit. I don't have the capacity to take care of it if it is not linked to a computer. If it is linked to a computer, I can get in the place like it was butter. Let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
I guess that's all. Goodbye.
Well enough. Be on your way.
Enjoy all the Vegas Strip has to offer.
Yeah, you don't mind if I touch this? Oh, I got it quite easy. Revolution. Only one way. Okay, letter. No. One. No. Software. It's got none. No. Eventually. Yes, eventually. The back. Okay. If I activate that, I I think they will swarm on me like a frenzied robot.
Well, hello, sugar. Mr.
What with the snow globe collection, even if I didn't see any yet?
Not many people know this, but Mr. House is one of the world's biggest collectors of antique snow globes. If you happen to find any out in the wasteland, you can bring them to me, and I'll add them to his collection. You'll get a reward, of course. In fact, one of Mr. House's favorites went missing when we moved the collection. If you have a look around the Lucky 38, you might even find it.
I got some snow globe for Mr. House collection.
You do? Why, that's just wonderful. I'll take them and put them with the rest of the collection.
Okay, goodbye.